Have you ever wanted to get a psychic reading? Have you had a psychic reading that wasn't that great? I have been to lots of people in my life, some really good, some really bad. Today we're talking to an amazing psychic who's going to share with us how it was growing up with this ability, how it's affected her life, and how she's using her gift to help others. Remember to subscribe for free information to help you create a happy and healthy life. Heather Auble is a no-nonsense psychic from San Francisco. Her accurate predictions are always made with an awake, present spirit and from a place of love. Born on the Hoopa Indian Reservation, she has been blessed with clairvoyance from an early age. Heather began giving predictions and having visions at the age of 5. Today she works with high-profile clients nationwide and has also assisted in police investigations. She also works as a spiritual advisor, feng shui master, and wedding officiant. Heather, thank you so much for being here with me today.
My pleasure.
This is so much fun.
Awesome.
So, you're one of the most amazing psychics I've ever been to. I would have to say, the most amazing psychic.
No.
So accurate and also such an amazing person.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
So when did you know you first had this gift?
Well, I always say, I mean, I know at this point I was born psychic, but the first memory I have, I was at age 5. And I had someone die, and so I had a premonition the night before that this person was going to die. And then the next day they did. So I told my parents, oh, you know, so-and-so is going to die. So it's pretty morbid.
Yeah.
But births and deaths have always been sort of my specialty. Oh, you're pregnant. It's a girl. And when people don't look pregnant or any of that, but I can feel the birth and death very strongly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So did that ever freak anybody? I mean, did you ever see anybody's death and not want to tell them?
All the time.
Yeah. Okay, so it's only, do you only do it if someone's having a reading with you and they want to know something like that? Or how do you pick and choose when to share that information?
Well, thank God most of my readings, I haven't really seen anyone's imminent death.
Okay, that's good.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because if I did, I would have to tell them.
So it's a rarity.
It's a rarity.
Okay, good.
Thank God. Thank God.
Okay, of course I'm thinking, okay.
I know, it's not often, you know, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die.
You're like the psychic version of Oprah.
Like,
You're going to die, you're going to die.
You're going to die, you're coming up. Everybody's like, I'm not going to her.
No. Okay, well, let me ask you then, because, you know, I took care of my mom for a really long time.
Right.
And I went to somebody else who kind of gave me some guidance and said, oh, you know, I think she might be going this June or July. And then she was still here 3 more years. So if I had come to you when I knew she was on a downward spiral,
right,
and said, I want to know, when do you see her making her transition? Would you have been able to tell me?
Oh, always.
Okay.
I do that all the time because I like to give people solace and sort of something to land on, something to think about, something to plan for.
Yeah, see, I would have been able to, I mean, I was prepared, but if I had kind of known or had an idea of a specific day or time, I think I could have prepared even more. It's a weird thing. It's a weird, especially when you're caring for somebody who's on a decline, you know?
It's not a weird thing. It's totally valid because you are hanging on and you are in this care mode and your whole life is revolving around the care of this person and the sad decline of this person, and your whole being is in this situation. It's really actually very difficult.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind at all helping someone with a little solace because that person needs to transform into an angel because they're in pain.
Yeah. So did this ability ever scare you, or was it a comfort?
So this ability scared me a lot as a kid. So when I was in high school, mainly, when we're going through puberty, when we're in high school, we hate it anyway, as normal people. As a psychic, I was completely depressed, completely scared, completely introverted. I chose punk rock music, new wave music. I was all goth. My dad calls me OG, original goth, because it was the 80s, right?
Yeah.
There were a lot of us, but my dad thinks I was the original, so I'm taking that title, right?
I love it.
But anyway, so I was very dark, very depressed, because I didn't know what was going on with my mind.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And so I turned to drugs. I turned to music as solace, and so I got the drugs out of my system early. But in taking acid, I will say, I kind of realized my gift.
Did you know what it was before that?
I did, but you know, I'm not promoting drugs, but it kind of opened my mind more so to understanding the universe, and it started me on my spiritual quest.
Mm-hmm.
And I read the book Siddhartha.
I had to read that in high school. I loved it.
It opened my mind to spirituality.
Yeah, Mrs. Regis, thank you.
Yeah, I never read it in high school.
Yeah.
But and then from there I started on a spiritual journey around the age of 16, and stopped doing drugs and kind of got on this spiritual quest.
Well, I do have to say that I know LSD was used for therapeutic purposes. Cary Grant used LSD.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, look at the Beatles and look what they did.
Right.
I think if it's done responsibly, well, what is responsibly? But you know what I mean. I understand that could have opened things up for you.
Right.
Totally get it.
I saw God, I saw the universe, I saw the workings of things.
Mm-hmm. And that's valuable with someone with your gift.
Right.
Yeah.
And it brought me a little bit of solace, which is completely bizarre, but it did.
Yeah.
And then I knew I was meant to do this to help others.
Mm-hmm. You're definitely a healer in your own way. You are, for sure. So you grew up on an Indian reservation.
I did.
That must have been a really unique experience.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I grew up on an Indian reservation. My parents are and were hippies.
I love it.
So I had no restrictions.
Wow.
No curfew, no rules, no boundaries, no nothing. I raised myself.
Oh my goodness.
And so when you raise yourself, you create your own boundaries, your own restrictions, your own rules. Because if you don't, you're kind of lost in the abyss.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my own ways of doing things. And to this day, I would actually tell my parents, it's my bedtime. What kid does that? I would go in, they'd be partying, smoking weed, whatever, having their love-ins, and I'd march in and say, it's my bedtime, it's 9 p.m.
Oh, wow. Well, so did being raised that way hinder or enhance your
It
ability
enhanced
in any way?
it. They were so open.
Oh,
so
good.
they let me be me. They let me do my thing. And they're very supportive to this day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you never know how that could go.
It's kind of like being gay. If I were gay, they'd be like, cool, you're gay. They're
Yeah.
like, cool, you're psychic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's something you're born with, I believe. I mean, there's a lot of non-believers out there, but if you can sing, I believe if you're born, if you're a singer, you're born with the gift.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an actor, you're born with the gift. If you're a psychic, you're born with the gift. Or you're born gay, you're born in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in that category. I mean, this may be a controversial statement, but I don't believe you can take classes to be psychic.
Oh, yeah, and people teach that. I think you can learn how to get in touch with your own intuition
Sure.
a little better.
Sure.
But that's different.
I agree.
Yeah, because your ability is just off the charts. That's
Thanks.
different. Not everybody can be like, you know, in my first reading, she's like, and your father's name is like Bob. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, and your mom is like Bob too, which is Bobby. Yeah.
Right, right.
So like you're
Because
so
I see
spot on.
the images of letters and numbers, and they line up magically.
I
It's
love
like
it.
a little alphabet in my head.
Yeah.
Everything's really crazy.
Well, it's good.
It might have been the acid.
So how do you usually receive your information?
I've been asked this before, obviously.
Yeah.
How do I receive my information? But it's interesting because a lot of psychics are very sort of strong in their convictions of spirit guides, it's angels, it's this. My whole life, I've sort of been in awe or in question of how does this happen? When I first started giving readings professionally, this is like 13 years ago, I thought, what the fuck, is this going to work every time? You know, am I allowed to curse? I don't know.
Yes,
but
yes.
I said,
Yes, you're the one that encouraged me to do the F-bombs in
good.
the abuse video, so
Good.
fuck away.
So fuck it. I said, is this going to work? And meaning work, meaning am I going to access spirit? And it is spirit. It's God, the universe. I mean, I'm getting chills right now.
Yes, when she gets chills, it's a good thing.
I get chills. So, but anyway, every single time I get messages. Mm-hmm. And it's like, but I have to close my eyes, hold your hand, because it's the connection of energy. Or on the phone, it's like the voice, right? Mm-hmm. But some sort of connection of energy. And what happens is I get like rapid movement of images, names, numbers, things, and all my senses are activated, like hearing, the smelling, seeing, tasting, even everything. And then I start just calling out everything I'm experiencing. Mm-hmm. And basically the person I'm reading will say, oh, that's my dad, or oh, you know, yeah, I just, let's see, like I had this kid, I said, I accessed his father, and I said, I don't know, all he's showing me is a Dodgers cap. And he said, well, the last thing we did together was go to a Dodgers game.
Oh, wow.
So it's stuff like that. And then there he is, oh. But stuff like that is all the time, and so you can't deny. You know, I had this kid following me around, Derek, our friend, mm-hmm. and he was filming all of the people I had read and getting their stories. And afterward, he said, "I can't deny you're real. Mm-hmm. I mean, because this shit people are saying is too mind blowing." And he was a non-believer.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I got a guy who was homeless. He came to me and he said, I'm trying to be an actor. And I said, in 3 months, you're going to be rich and famous. You're going to have millions of dollars. You're safe. You're going to be on a hit series. 3 months later, he booked the lead on NCIS. He's a millionaire. Wow. He bought a new house. A house, in period.
Yeah.
Because he was homeless. And he came to me, he said, you blew my mind. Like, I can't believe this.
Now, do people like him come back to me? I'm sure you have a lot of repeat customers who come back.
Oh, God, yes. So many. For years, I've been with people for years. And like Bonnie, my other client, I said, you're going to meet the love of your life today when you leave here. She said, you're out of your mind. She leaves my office. I said, I see the color green. She goes to the restaurant Sage.
Oh my gosh.
And the waitress who waited on her, I said, she's going to look like you. They look like twins. Today they're married and have a little daughter.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's all the time, these weird occurrences.
I love you. You're going to get everybody comes like, where's my soulmate?
But I mean, it's just stuff that you can't explain. And the thing is there's a Buddhist saying, first thought, best thought. And so you can't live in fear as far as predictions. I can't have any fear. That's the thing. No fear. My sister always says, you're crazy, you're fearless. You say whatever the fuck's on your mind, right?
Yeah.
And so I do, because if you don't, the person will say it. Like yesterday, I said, oh my gosh, I'm seeing, and then I didn't say it, and I was seeing in my head D-A. And she said, David, I'm in love with David. And I said, yeah, that's what I was seeing. So it's like you have to go with first thought, best thought, and that's a good motto for life.
Yeah, I was just thinking
first thought, best thought.
Yeah, I like that.
Do not second guess yourself. Do not second guess yourself.
I love that. That's great advice. So when did you start giving readings professionally?
Well, I was a casting director here in Hollywood for 16 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
It was a long-ass time. I was... It was not fun. Yeah. It's a grind, as most of you people know who are in production. I was working those 12 to 16-hour days. It was non-union. It was 6 to 7 day work weeks. It was really exhausting. And my husband at the time encouraged me to quit the business and do my readings full time. I would read people on set. I would read people here, there, all the time. I had this facialist because if she would touch my face. So I'd say, oh, you have a new boyfriend. Oh, this, that, the other. I would give her all this psychic stuff. And she would say, you're blowing my mind. And so she started sending me wealthy people, famous people, you know, these sort of high-ups for readings. And I would blow their minds. And so from her, this little nucleus, this little center of the flower, I started a business, and they told someone, and they told someone, and they told someone, and the flower became a larger flower, and a larger flower, and a larger flower, and then now it's a field of daisies, right?
I love that.
And it's spread out to be this giant business, and I have never once advertised. Never once had an ad, nothing.
Yeah.
And it's huge.
That's great.
And it's all word of mouth. And I thank you, Lilith, for being my angel.
Oh, that's so great. Wow,
Yeah.
from one person. Do you still see her? Do you still, I mean.
Oh, yeah, Lilith at Butech Cosmetic Center, Studio City.
There you go. I'll put a little thing there.
Yeah, she's amazing.
So has your psychic gift helped or hindered you throughout your life?
I would say both, but my psychic gift, the hindrance is overwhelming. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because especially in the earlier years, because I wasn't able to block it.
Oh.
So I would, energy is so overwhelming. The voices, the energy of people. Even to this day, I will go to Ralph's at 4:30 in the morning and do my shopping.
Just because no one's there.
Because all the people's energy is so intense to me, right?
Yeah.
And also, when I meet people and I shake their hand, sometimes I will get flashes of their reality. And if you're cheating on your spouse, if you're manic depressive, if you're maybe not the most savory individual, things like this, sometimes they come through. These days I block it. I have a meditative spiritual practice in which I'm able to silent the chatter.
I was going to ask if you can set boundaries.
Yes, I can. So it's been a journey. And how has it helped me? This is going to be hilarious, and you guys can believe me or not. But when I go to Vegas, the machines that are going to pay off light up.
I want to go to Vegas with you.
The
never
slots.
win.
But here's the problem. They will start paying off, and I get like up there. And then what happens is I get greedy. And so the amount goes really high, and then I get greedy, and I think I have superpowers, and I keep going, and then it comes down. But it's always this awesome ride.
Yeah.
Of increase. Every time I get a crowd, every time the increase is unbelievable.
You don't know when to stop.
But I don't. So I literally do not go to casinos anymore. And then as far as seeing my own stuff,
God,
sometimes
I didn't even ask her the question yet.
Sometimes I do.
That's, oh my God, that was the next question.
Is that the next question?
Yes. Well, okay.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You want to ask
No,
me?
that was awesome. Proving the point.
But yeah, well, I felt it coming.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us.
Well, as far as feeling my own stuff, it's interesting because with love, for instance, my current husband, when I met him and I saw him, I said, that's my next husband. Love is very strong for me. Also, well, I would say work and fame, opportunities.
Okay, so you already answered that. I didn't even have to ask. So I want to ask you, what do you think is the biggest benefit to having a psychic reading, and specifically with you, because you know your own gift?
You're so sweet. I think there are many benefits to a psychic reading. I will preface this with, it ain't therapy, and I'm not a therapist. I think that's where people go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They come to a psychic and they think they're going to get a shortcut to therapy. It's not about that. It's not mental health. And that's what, I know I'm going off topic here.
No, I think this is really important.
But
this is why I asked you.
It's super important
Yeah.
because people come to psychics sometimes thinking they're going to get therapy because maybe they're afraid of therapy or they don't want to deal with therapy. It's two totally separate things. You should look at it as something to enhance your life, enhance your state of being. That being said, I love helping people. I love getting people to a different place in life. And what we do, with me at least, is I look at blockages. So what happened with Dad? What happened that day in 1985 that I'm seeing where you were ridiculed or you had a car accident and it derailed you? You know, these things come through for me. And then what is Mom saying on the other side about what you're doing now that might be detrimental to your health, or things like this that a therapist really wouldn't be accessing. So it enhances your mental growth, it enhances your spiritual growth, it enhances your growth in general. That's what a psychic reading is about for me.
Yeah.
It's not about curses. It's not about removing hexes for another $500. It's not about that stuff for me. And really, this is corny or this might sound weird, but I just want to give so much love to that person because you are giving me quite a bit of money, in my opinion.
You deserve it. You're worth it.
For
a
block of time. If I don't give you all of my love, all of my complete and utter unconditional love and time, then you just got robbed.
Well, you do, because I've had a reading, and I said this to you when I got here today, that you have helped me so much. My reading was a transformational experience. You gave me information, some things that I had an inkling about that you confirmed. Other things, you gave me advice and guidance to help me clear out some stuff that had been keeping me stuck, gave me some practices to do that were really valuable, and then you supported me in those practices. So everything you said, I had that experience as a client receiving a reading. So your readings are so full of love. You are so full of love. It really is an amazing kind of spiritual experience, and I highly recommend Heather. Because you know what, I always go to people because I want insights to the things I don't have access to. Because like my mom passing, or of course, you know, in my 20s and 30s, like, where's my husband? You know,
Of course.
I went to so many people who gave me not accurate information. Just readings with you are amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's in my heart.
I
It's
know.
like this is my soul's purpose. This is in my heart. Being a casting director was not.
Yeah.
And when you're in your soul's purpose, when you're following your heart, every day is heaven.
Yeah.
I love doing this.
Yeah.
I know.
I can tell, and I'm sure all your clients are probably blown away as well. But you know, one thing that I want to point out, there's a painting above us that you did, and you love to paint. That's kind of your outlet, isn't it? And your paintings are beautiful. I love your paintings.
Thank you.
So tell me about painting as kind of your release.
Well,
Is it a
because
release?
oh God, yes.
Okay.
So I'm a big proponent of art as a form of God, as a form of the universe coming in, because you know I no longer take drugs. So how do you relax? How do you escape? Well, when we are in our art, we are closest to God. Why? Because you arrive at the space between thoughts.
It's kind of
Right?
like a form of meditation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because your mind is empty. Your mind is, you are out of your mind, basically. So you think, oh, Jimi Hendrix, not that I'm, anywhere near that kind of talent, but like Jimi Hendrix, when he was playing the guitar, you think he was thinking of anything else but playing that guitar and being in that moment of awesomeness. I mean, it took being out of his mind to create something like Purple Haze.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be out of your mind. So you eliminate the mind and then you create beautiful art. And that is what being closest to God is you're not thinking, you're feeling. And that's why I love art. And that's what, drugs are the shortcut to. is if you are not in that space organically, then you can reach for something synthetic like a drug. But for me, I don't crave any of that action.
Yeah, because you've got these beautiful paintings. Everything
Thank
flows
you.
through. I
You're
love
so
them.
sweet.
So I want to buy that one.
Thank you.
It's pink
That'll be
roses.
$10.
I think your work is priceless, quite honestly.
Thank you.
So has there ever been anything life-changing, any information or a big revelation that came through for one of your clients that just changed everything for them? Well, you know what? You
Yes.
told the story of the homeless guy, too.
Oh, no,
That's
I
pretty-
got one.
Okay.
So, a girlfriend of mine, her mother had cancer. And she was, what's the highest stage? 5?
4.
4.
I think 4.
Well, it went to 11, her cancer.
I think 4 is the highest.
Stage 4, she was dying. And she came to me, and I saw that she was going to live. And I said, your spirit animal is the lion. I see that you're going to live, and you're going to make it through this. And again, here's the chills again, guys.
I'm getting them now, too.
She promptly went to the tattoo parlor, got a giant tattoo of a lion on her back, and she did make it. She did live, and to this day,
Wow.
cancer-free.
How many years ago was that?
5 or something.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Right.
Ooh, that's a really good. Now my chills won't stop.
Right.
My chills are just like. Tell me what you enjoy most about doing psychic readings.
I enjoy all of it, most of it, but you know what I enjoy too?
What?
Is the pageantry.
Yeah.
I love crystal balls.
Oh.
I love tunics. I love the incense. I love the crystals. I love my office. I love my clients.
You're in the office, right?
Yes, but then of course my spiritual practice is of the utmost importance. My inner peace is the utmost importance. My journey within is of the utmost importance, and then giving my wisdom to others and giving my gift is so important. So many people come to me and say, this came true, and because it came true, I was able to do this with my life. So it's the cause and effect that's so important.
So tell us about your spiritual practice to keep you centered and in a good place so that you can give all these readings.
Okay. So my spiritual practice has been since the age of 12. Because I had a really chaotic upbringing and there was abuse involved. There was alcoholism, there was drug abuse, there was abandonment issues, divorce, all kinds of chaotic things, and we were very, very poor. So at the age of 12, I started delving into spirituality, sort of trying to find my own peace. Mm-hmm. Well, the basis of all spiritual practice is yoga and meditation, mm-hmm. Period. Yoga and meditation. All you out there who want to develop a spiritual practice, those are the 2 key things. You got that, you got everything. So those are the 2 things I do religiously. However, these days, affirmation, the power of positive thought, quantum physics, has always been something I've been into since the age of 23. I really started getting into it. Your thoughts create your life.
Yeah.
As Tanna knows, as Tanna teaches as well.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
Yes. Basically, having done this work for so long, what happens is you inherently create things without even knowing it after a while. You become organically inclined to manifesting. I think it's become so trendy these days, manifesting, that people go, poof, I have a BMW. Well, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And they're going, where's my BMW? I just said poof, I have a BMW. It's deep work. It is steadfast, one-pointed intention. It is eliminating doubt completely. And it is a deep spiritual practice of dedication that we have to instill in our lives every damn day, mm-hmm. all day long. And people say it is just that. It is practice.
Yes.
And you can't say, I'm better, I'm good, I'm spiritual now, I'm all done. It doesn't
No, we're
work
never
like
done.
that. It
We're
doesn't
never
work
done.
like that.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't relax. I mean, I'm very relaxed about everything.
Yeah.
You know, I have a cocktail. I chill out. I go shopping.
Yeah.
That's also my spiritual practice. I
can
love to
relate to
buy
that.
some fashions and
Yes.
get my nails done.
I think luxury and self-care are
Absolutely.
very spiritual, you know, taking care of yourself and enjoying yourself.
I agree.
Oh, and there's the door. Ironically, that was a dress being delivered. So, are you taking on new clients right now?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, cool.
Always.
You should go see Heather. She's amazing. And where can people find you?
I'm at heatherauble.com. I don't even know.
That's my website. It's going to be right here.
heatherauble.com. And my Instagram is at heatherpsychic.
Oh, her Instagram is amazing. You should go follow her on Instagram. She's got all these really mystical, magical, fun stories all day, every day. I love them.
Oh, thanks,
I love
Tana.
them. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you. Thank you for joining us this week. And remember, for the best information about law of attraction and holistic living, remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Heather, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you sharing so much of your story and your gift with us, and I just love you.
I love you, and you're so welcome, and thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Have a great weekend. See you next time. Do you feel
Good.
as beautiful as you look?
Oh. Middle-aged.
We are close in age.
We are middle-aged.
Do you find that too? Like, it's not
Yes.
exactly right.
Cool!
Yay!
Did I